What's going on, all you late night owls? I don't know if anybody's up to watch or Mullet Man. What's going on? Thanks for coming in, man. Hunting and stuff. What's happening? Been a very trying day. Was out all morning and we fished for about 6 hours today. I think between the two of us, me and Brad, we got 4 bites maybe. I was really hoping the wind was going to pick up, but it did not. Slab Slayer, Scott Hall, Skull Rush. Man, that's the goal. Actually, I'd be really happy with just some bites. Natural State, what's going on? But like I was saying, the bite has been terrible. But we're gonna give it another shot. I got to stay up all night anyway, so we'll see what happens. The lake is like a sheet of glass right now. There isn't anything going on. Here, a few fish breaking here and there, but gotcha. What's going on? Hopefully, I can land some fish. Yeah, wind was supposed to pick up 15, about 15 mile an hour with 24 mile an hour gusts, and we have zero wind. Scott and Janet are super close friends. So everybody be sure to say hi to Scott. And let's call in some fish. I did see Lit. Ted, what's going on? I did see uh Cindy and Travis and them. I saw they caught at least two. I would be super happy with one. No, Ted, I ain't caught nothing yet. I've only been here 15 minutes, maybe. I got here and got set up right before I went live. We got shad on the white pole and the green and black pole, which I don't know if you can really tell, but it's a dip bait. and we usually have a lot of luck with it. Water temps probably 45-ish, I would say. Thanks, Big Shot. So if I was to go to the other side of the bridge, that's where the hot water discharge is. It'd probably be warmer, probably mid to upper 50s, maybe a little warmer. But the most bites we had today came from the coldest water we fished. We didn't have any bites here today, but figured why not come back at night and give it a shot. See what happens. I'd like to see either one of those poles double over. That would make me very happy. I'm sure it'd make y'all happy too, because you'd get to see a fish. But I figure something's got to swim by, so we will see. That's all we can do. Get lines in the water and see what we can do. Anthony J, what's going on? Right now, not much here. We just staring at poles. Staring at poles, hanging out, having a good time. Hoping for a bite. The baits are fresh caught shad, chunked, and dip bait. And hopefully, that is correct, hunting and stuff. You are not going to catch one if your line ain't wet. I did catch a whole mess load of bluegill earlier in the cast net. And I do mean a mess load. Last week, we were fishing this spot, me and my buddy Brad, and And this is where my PB came from, that 22-pounder. I also had one that'd go about 15. He got off right at the bank, and then had another good sized one spit the hook. Well, we caught a bunch of fish that day. Bunch of 5 to 10ers and a bunch of 5 and under. Is that question for me hunting and stuff? Because I'm in Central Illinois, and I believe Cindy and Travis are in Tennessee. Yeah, I'm in Central Illinois. I'm not 100% sure. I believe they're from Tennessee. And there's a good six to 8 hour difference between us. But I'm fishing a cooling lake for a nuclear power plant. And I opted to fish the colder water side because that's where we got majority of our bites today. So we'll see if someone wants to swim by and grab a bait. I guess that's all we can really do. Got 9 awesome people in here. I can't thank y'all enough. I didn't know who would be up in the mood to hang out. Keep me company while I stare at some poles. They typically bite whichever way the wind's blowing. So whichever bank you got the wind blowing against, that's where the best bite is. But today, we haven't hardly had any wind. So I guess that's had something to do with it. But I just don't know. We got an air temp of like, I don't know, I think it's like 35 degrees. So, I mean, The weather's not terrible. I just wish there was a little ripple on the lake. But there is no ripple. I think catfish is probably one of the easier fish to fish for because you don't really need a lot because they eat a variety of stuff. And I mean, if you just watch the catfishing community in general, you'll see everybody fishing with everything from eels to crabs, shrimp, night crawlers, uh, suckers, carp, bluegill. It all just depends on what state you're in, what they use for bait. The other day, my buddy, he caught a 21-pound blue and a 23-pound blue less than a minute apart on dip bait. My go-tos were always shad and chicken. Then I met Brad, and there you go, Anthony J. Catching them on McDonald's chicken nugget. But no, my buddy Brad introduced me to this dip bait. I've been using it and shad. Matt, what's going on, buddy? If I can catch a fish for midnight, I can say I didn't get skunked today. But the way things are going, it's not looking real promising. Oh well, we'll try anyway. See if we can get it done. Got me a nice cozy rock here. We're good to go. I feel like I haven't done a live forever. Yeah, I'm on Central Time. It's 10:21. figure I'll give these fish, oh, a couple hours. Drop my phone. It happens. We all do it. But I figure I give them a couple hours, see if something happens. Maybe something will start stirring or something. It's just been it's been a really weird day. But I think that no wind has a big thing to do with it. Only problem with fishing the wind is makes it really difficult to do lives, film videos, any of the above. I've dropped mine so many times I don't even know how it's still working. Yeah, my old phone, I actually set it down on the center console of my truck and my keys were there and I cracked the screen. Matt, you could be right. I know they're talking uh it's supposed to be 60 tomorrow and 60 Friday, I believe. And then it's supposed to turn around and cool back off. Be like mid 30s and 20 at night. I go through quite a few screen protectors. Yeah. In fact, I need to put a new screen protector on my phone. But it still works and it doesn't annoy me too bad. So low 30s, high 20s here at night. I would I would love some wind. Now I don't want like a 30-mile-an-hour winds, but you give me about 10 mile an hour blowing out of the west, and I think it would turn on. Oh man. Well, at least it had some fairly soft hit when it hit down. Not like dropping it on concrete. Less, of course, it hit every tree branch going down and then hit a log on the ground. That's funny you should ask that, Scott, because since I've got older, I don't really care for catfish anymore. When I was younger, we used to bake them, we used to fry them, we'd cook them whole, and I used to love eating catfish. But I don't know if it's I don't want to clean them anymore, or I just found out what crappie tastes like, and it tastes amazing. But on the catfish now, it's all pretty much just catch, picture, and release. But crappie, I deep fried those. Walleye, super good. But you really can't go wrong with crappie. No, I'm sure people eat them year round, but I don't know. It's like I just lost the taste for them or something. I don't know. But you get me some bluegill out of a cold pond. Whoo, that's hard to beat right there. That's some good eating. Anthony J fishes, but he don't eat fish. I fish and really only eat panfish. Thank you, Matt. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I don't know why cold water fish taste so much better. But they so do. This is some craziness. That a boy. You can clean and cook them. I think that's just, I think that's something everybody should know how to do. Everybody should know how to clean a fish. I think that's just one of those good traits to have in your back pocket. Because you never know when you're going to use it. come across somebody fishing for the very first time and have to teach them how to clean fish. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. You got less stuff living in the water because it's cold. Maybe I should have picked the hot water side. Lord only knows. It's one thing or another. I hear fish breaking all around me. Steve Locke, what's going on, buddy? There you go. See, Matt, it all comes in handy. It's fun to pass that on, teach people new things. It's all about sharing the experience. I mean, some people want it, some don't. Take it or leave it. Got excited. I felt a very, very small breeze. Yeah, it is. It's always a good feeling when you know you helped someone. And that's just one of those life skills that they'll use later on and maybe not even realize it. And they'll think back to that day and be like, hey, you remember that guy that showed us how to do this? Or they tell their grandkids how they learned to clean them, or their kids. But I mean, it's still, that's how it gets passed around. So our generation doesn't go just obsolete and forget how to do everything. Because would most definitely be a sad day if nobody knew how to clean fish. Speaking of cleaning fish, my Bubba knife does a fantastic job of that. cramp, leg cramp, leg cramp. Whew, that's better. Oh, still got 8 people in here with me, giving all you crazy night owls something to do. Because all I'm going to do all night is sit and watch TV. Yes, my rock was not so comfortable. I had to readjust. It felt really comfortable at first, but then it got uncomfortable really, really quick. And I mean, real uncomfortable. I appreciate that, Matt. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't know how many people were going to be up. I just figured I had to stay up, and I hadn't caught a fish today, so figured, heck with it. Let's go try to catch a fish. I mean, sitting outside in the cold. I fish catfish, crappie, do some bluegill fishing in ponds, but mainly catfish and crappie are my two biggest that I fish for. Well, I appreciate that, Matt. I hope all goes well at your appointment. I'm really happy to have 10 people in here. I mean, it's almost 11 o'clock for me. So I know everybody's in different time zones and everything else. So, like, I'm pretty sure it's 11:40 where Anthony J is. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, man. Yeah, hopefully you can avoid surgery. Table Rock, what's going on? Wabash and 8, what's happening? So it's 9:40 where hunting and stuff is. Arkansas, it's 10:41. I'm gonna give that dip bait about another 5 minutes, and I'm gonna reel it in and refresh it. At shad, we're just gonna let it ride. See how it does. Oh, it's 10:42 where Anthony J is, so he's on the same time too. We're all on that central time. Hunting and stuff, where are you at? Oh, he's just under us. How far are you from Paducah, Anthony J? Colorado. Colorado's a bit of a hike from here. Whew, that's some nasty words right there, Matt. It's a good poke, but it is a good poke. I've been to Colorado when I was younger. Yeah, that Colorado to Texas. That does not sound like a fun trip. I'm not a fan of super long trips anymore. I have this really bad problem with the gas pedal going to the floor because I just want to get there. He said, "Yeah, dumb." Yeah, I'm not much of a scenic route guy anymore. I want interstate as close to my arrival point as possible. 20 minutes from Paducah, where I used to deer hunt down in southern Illinois. It was about 30 minutes from Paducah. We were down there in way down there in God's country. Hi, Cindy. Yeah, I hear you, Table Rock. That's that's pretty much me anymore. And it's really bad because I know my wife wants to travel and I need to just get over that for her. We need to start taking some more trips because when I get there, I enjoy myself. Nope. Had lines in the water for about an hour and haven't even had a nibble yet, which is really, really sad. Really, really sad. Because if nothing else, I've usually Kentucky redneck. What's going on? Because in an hour, I've usually at least caught two or three dinks, but not even getting dink bites. Cindy, I saw y'all catch at least two. No, Slab, you ain't missed nothing. The poles are in the exact same place they were when I started the live. I figured I hadn't done a live for a while. Now I didn't think the fishing was going to be the hottest. I got to work on getting my watch hours up. But it's kind of bad to, I would try minnows, but we don't have any bait shops around us anymore. We're gonna have to get somebody to open a bait shop around here. Yeah, noodles are just like running jugs. I appreciate that, Cindy. Cindy, how many catfish did y'all end up catching today? No, not hand noodling. Have you ever seen anybody run jugs before? Anthony J? 5. I'd call that a win. Yeah, the last bait shop we had here on the lake, it closed. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to set a bait tank up at the house and just start buying minnows direct because we don't have bait shops. And it's really weird. When we were out here this morning fishing, we had a guy come down and talk to us. He drove 3.5 hours. Him and a buddy drove 3.5 hours to come down here and fish. And he said they got here about 5:30 in the morning, and it was probably around 10 when we talked to him, and he had 2 keeper crappie. That was it. Jugs to propane tanks. There you go. Yeah, we don't have there's nobody around anymore that sells minnows, crappie minnows. I would have to drive an hour one way to go get crappie minnows. So that would be a 2-hour trip just to get minnows. Yeah. I mean, a 2-hour round trip for minnow. That's just kind of ridiculous. Yeah, and see, in the springtime, I don't know. I don't know if they were paying too much for the building or what the bait shop was doing, but they they had to restock on minnows every day. Every day they had to restock on minnows because they were selling out. Yeah, I mean, I would have to. I would have to buy enough to at least last a month or better doing that kind of drive. A slab is a fish catching machine. I'm gonna I am gonna make that trip. I'm gonna make a trip to Texas. Y'all gonna see me and Slab hanging out on some videos. He ain't been sending me no pictures because he's been dealing with rain. Yeah, I if I could find a creek or a pond where I knew I could leave some minnow traps, I'd do it. But you can't leave nothing around here. Them people, man, around here, they'll steal the shirt off your back. It's terrible. Ugh. Ugh. I don't want no rain. Y'all keep that rain. You don't need to share it with me. But I will take some of y'all's wind. Yeah, see, I'm not gonna it's hard to spend money and then get really mad when somebody can't respect your stuff and just leave it alone. It's very, very frustrating. Almost as frustrating as staring at two poles, not doing nothing. Yeah, I don't want no rain. I can fish in a lot of conditions, but man, I hate fishing in the rain. I can't stand it. To me, that's just terrible. Yeah, I really. really wish we had some wind. Like, really wish. Because this lake does a whole lot better when there's some wind. I should probably, honestly, probably be trying to crappie fish. But also really trying to get this skunk off the board. Yeah, 68. Uh-oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We just had to, oh, we're getting a bite. Oh, we're getting a bite. I was just getting ready to reel that pole in. We got a bite. Well, I guess that's all he wanted to do. All right, man. Later, Anthony J. Thanks for coming in and hanging out, man. And give that pole a couple more minutes. No, it's actually up out of the mud. Just maybe 5 inches, give or take. So the white rod, I'm running a Kentucky rig on it. And the green and black rod, I'm just running old school Carolina rig, 6-inch leader maybe. But most of the fish we've been catching have been, their bellies have been covered in mud. They've been burying. So the other day when we were fishing here and I caught my PB, yeah, I'm going to talk about it some more. Uh, we had winds out of the northwest, and I think they were probably about 15 mile an hour. But we couldn't hardly keep baits in the water. Tim, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, see, the most we're allowed is 2 hooks per line. I don't know how many hooks you can put on a jug. No, never, never leave wind for calm water for catfish. And this is just proven right here. I mean, all we've had all day is calm water, and it's been terrible. I mean, it's bad that I got that excited about that bite. It might not even been a bite. It could have just been a fish swimming through my line. Yeah, wind plays, I think, a whole lot of factors. Stirs up the bait, pushes them schools of shad around. It does a lot. Hilly Billy, what's going on? Well, I take a little more of that breeze. Yeah, you would most definitely cover a lot of the water column. 5 hooks, 3 foot apart. Oh, I'm good. Just hanging out, staring at some poles. Had a bite a minute ago, which was really exciting since it's been an hour since the lines have been in the water. Yeah, we're gonna get some fresh bait on. All right. Possum, what's going on? I do know what Church's chicken is. About to eat. Well, I appreciate you coming in and checking it out, man. Hasn't really been nothing too overly exciting. Just had one little bump after an hour. Small things. Oh man. Yeah, I haven't fished with chicken for a while. May have to start going back to the variety pack on these slow days like this. Because this is most definitely what we like to call a slow day at fishing. Jello, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, the bite's been it's been rough here, man. I'm glad you're in here, Jello. The Not the last short you put out, but the one before that. I think it said what they're eating Was that a sucker head or was that a carp head? We fished all morning, fished 4 different spots, and had 4 bites between us. And then I think he went to a 5th spot and he said he had a couple bites there. It was a sucker. I thought it was a sucker, but I wasn't 100% sure. Ugh, that sounds terrible, Slab Slayer. That sounds like nothing I want to mess with, but it sounds like it would stink to high heaven. Jello, I can tell you, you're not missing anything, man. From what I hear, the bite's been tough for everybody. Cindy and Travis got on some fish tonight. She said they caught 5 total, which I saw 2 of them. I missed the other 3. I'd be happy just to catch a fish. Yeah, back in the day, you wanted stink. I think you still want stink, but I don't know how much stink I want to deal with. Because some of them guys take making catfish bait to extremes. It's like enough to choke a maggot. Fresh cut fillets. Huh. And last week it was chunks for me. I mean, I can deal with some stank, but I think every person has their limit of stank they can deal with. 34 minutes. If I catch a fish in 34 minutes, I can say I did not get skunked today. Well, actually 33 minutes. 34 will be midnight and it'll be a new day. Then I can actually say that February 7th, I got completely skunked. That has not happened catfishing for a while. Travis, what's going on? No, no luck. No luck whatsoever. I did have a bite though that I got super, super excited about. This is true. Getting skunked is better than smelling a skunk. But I'd be perfectly content starting the eighth off right by catching a fish. That would just be, I'd be okay with that. And we are actually starting to get a ripple on the lake. Not a big ripple, but we're getting a ripple. Oh, yeah. Where you at 8 a.m.? Yeah. Yellow bellies are flathead candy. That's what I like to call them. I've caught a couple yellow bellies out of this lake. Not many, but I'd like to find a pond that has a bunch of them yellow bellies and come up here in late April. Scott, I am on Clinton Lake. So, Travis, do you bring the cars in to load out at Bio? We had a little creek that we used to catch little baby channels in when I was growing up. That's cool, Travis. I used to work out there in loadout and Bio, but I'm up in the control room now. I'm gonna have to do some searching. See where the creeks are that come into this lake. See if I can't get down into them with take some night crawlers. See if I can catch me some bank fishing adventures. What's going on, Stacy? Let's see if I can't catch me some bullies. You are correct, Travis. You might can. You taking off on me, Slab? Later, Slab. That boy has some of the best lines. No, no willing fish. Had the poles out for about an hour and had a nibble. And now we're back to waiting. I think the biggest problem is we don't have any wind. I need wind. Well, they got lockjaw where you are. So maybe it's not just here. Yeah, I'm using dip bait and cut shad. And the only thing we've had a bite on is the dip bait. Haven't had anything touch the shad yet. Stacy, I saw you out fishing in a t-shirt the other day. Made me jealous. It has not been t-shirt weather here yet. Nope. The hot ditch doesn't open until April 1st or the last weekend of March. So still got a little bit. Needed a coat once it got dark. Yeah, I fished in my bibs and my winter coat all day today, and I was comfortable. And I'm back in my bibs and winter coat now. I'm still comfortable. I can feel it cooling off quickly, but I think it's only supposed to get down to like 30 tonight, which isn't terrible, especially since there ain't no wind. Now, if there was wind and 30 degrees, that would get cold pretty quick. Dave Bozarth, what's going on? Uh, there hasn't been any catching. but we're fishing. So I guess that's a win-win. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that is one of the bad parts about this lake in the winter. Everybody likes to crowd. So I normally try to get off the beaten path where a lot of them don't like to go. I haven't been I haven't been mushroom hunting for God, it's been a couple years. Mushroom hunting's so much fun. And it's really funny how you won't see any, and then you see one, and then you turn in a circle, and it's like they all just appear. At least that's how it is for me. It's like nothing, nothing, nothing. Then, oh, there's one. And you just scan and look around, and they all just stick out like a sore thumb all of a sudden. It has been a really long time since I've had a day like this. I agree, Table Rock Guy. I agree very, very much. You gotta love those shallow water crappie. Well, there's still fish breaking all around. Yeah, 36 is a fun bridge to fish. William Street's a really hard bridge to fish. Now that they put those all those big old boulders down under it. And change the whole structure set up under that lake, under that bridge. Which I'm gonna have to spend this spring figuring it all out again. Yeah, not a lot of people fish 36. I haven't been over Lake Decatur for a while. Last time I went over it, it was iced up. That's the great thing about this lake. At least one part of it will be unfrozen. Now, I don't know if I've ever seen this entire lake freeze. Oh man, this is sad. Sad, sad, sad. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. He just got a little more serious. Well, I guess he wasn't that serious. Well, that's 2 bites. Seems like the action might be picking up a little bit. Oh my goodness. No, they got it all opened up now. You can pretty much park right at the bridge now. Now that they got all the construction done. I really got excited. I thought he was gonna go with it before midnight. But he said, negative. Ain't doing it. I ain't taking it down. I did see a bald eagle earlier today on one of the parts of the lake. It was pretty cool. Had something in its talons. I don't know what it was, but it was carrying something. I don't know if I just had a hit on that white pole or if something swam through the line. Miss Becca. I'm actually starting to feel a breeze. There you go, man. Give it a shot. But like I said, last time I was over the lake, it was completely frozen. Come on, fish. Break this lockjaw. You know y'all are getting hungry. I'm actually starting to feel some wind. That could be a good thing. That's right, Miss Becca. Now would be a fantastic time. I am starting to feel some wind. That's fantastic. maybe, just maybe, that'll turn some things around. Because I deal with some wind. Yeah, it closed. All the all the bait shops pretty much around us closed. There's still the one, but I refuse to go there. Oh, you are too funny, Miss Becca. It's just, it's been bad. It's not very often I ask for wind or, but when I've been catfishing here lately, the wind has most definitely been my friend. And when I have not had wind, it's been like this. Almost 2 hours and had two bites in 2 hours. That is not good. But there's 14 amazing people in here hanging out with me. Seeing if anything is going to bite tonight. Nope. I don't like going to Mike's. I would rather take the 2 hour round trip and drive to Pana. And I really won't take that trip. So I just order all my stuff online. The last time I went in there, I got 3 dozen minnows, and she hand counted 3 dozen minnows, and every one of them was dead before I made it to the lake. and I was 5 minutes from the lake. All right. Well, it's midnight. I officially got skunked on February 7th. It's now February 8th. So it's time to start off new and fresh. Oh, you don't have to ask. I already told you. It's bad when you can't even make a 5 minute trip and all your minnows are dead when you get there. That is terrible. All right. I'm going to freshen up baits and I will be right back with y'all. All right, what did I miss? Not much. All right, it's a new day. Baits look good. Baits look fresh. Let's go fish. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. Still got 10 awesome people in here hanging out with me. And that's a lot considering it's 12 o'clock at night. It's not like I'm slaying the fish. But I appreciate all y'all being in here and hanging out with me. All right, hunting stuff. I appreciate you being in here, man. That's right, possum. Hey, kitty, kitty. Nobody says it like possum does. Me and my buddy Brad were talking about that today, possum. How nobody can call them kitties the way you do. A meow meow want to roar, not a meow. Well, I tell you what, for right now, I'd take just about anything. I'd almost take a bycatch. Because this is bad. Like, I don't even think bad does it justice. This is terrible. Last week, we've just been Monday, I caught fish. There were fish caught yesterday or day before yesterday, Tuesday. Yesterday, we didn't catch no fish. I'd be happy with one fish. It can even be a dink. This is true, Possum. This is very true. I mean, if I was just sitting at home, I'd just be thinking about fishing. That's that's what I'd be doing. Going, yeah. I bet if I was at the lake, I'd be catching fish right now. Sitting at the lake, I'm kind of wondering what's on TV. Sampy, what's going on, buddy? Not a whole lot of action here. It's been a little over 2 hours and had two two bites. And they weren't even like super great bites. They're just like little pecks. But I was still grateful for those. Yeah. Possum shows our community a lot of love. So does Mike Sampson. Everybody in here shows the community a lot of love. Oh, Miss Becca, when I get done with this live, I'm gonna have to check that short out. I'm sure that's one of my YouTube notifications. I really, really would like to just see a poll double over. Would y'all like that? Oh man, Facebook hackery. Yeah, I'm not on the book of face. Let me count again. Man, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I know it's not the most exciting live stream. The bait tonight is dip bait on the green and black pole, and then shad on the white rod. No, you're good, possum. You just be you, man. They must be tobaccoers because we've caught a lot of fish on it. In fact, pouch users. The only thing we've had the bite on is the dip bait tonight. Yes, it just floats in the water for sure. It's like recycling. The big one spits, then the little ones take a turn. This is a crazy, crazy, weird couple days. All right, I'm gonna put y'all on pole duty. I'm gonna step over here to my office. I'll be right back. All right. Well, I take it I didn't miss nothing. Sometimes you fish in the freezer. Yeah, I might have to do some fishing in my freezer. Thaw out some fish just to eat them to get payback. Cause this is pretty terrible. Deep fried all the way. Set out some crappie, batter it up, fry it up. Mm, that just that just sounds super yummy. Like super yummy. Yeah, deep frying your thumb would probably sting a little bit. Come on, fish. Somebody has got to be hungry out there. I know there's a whole lot of water, but somebody's got to be hungry. It's almost like these fish are acting like turtles. Like they got themselves buried all the way in the mud. Oh man, did y'all hear that breeze? I got to work for CatCon this year. This is the second year now I've had to work. Yeah, I don't want no turtles, but I feel that's what the fish did. I think they are buried down in the mud. And if you don't hit them right in the face, I don't think they're moving. I did, man. Pontoon boat's up and running. I'm ready for it to warm up a little bit and get it out and start doing some catfishing off of it. There's a few things I need to do to it, but for the most part, it's it's ready to go. They probably do need a 4-wheel drive to get out of the mud. And they probably got themselves buried so deep in it. That's the only thing I could think. Because I've heard of fish having lockjaw, but this is an understatement. This is like fishing a ditch in a parking lot. Oh, oh, hang on now. I do got bumped. I think that might have been a fish swimming through it. It got me all excited. I think he just swam through it. Mudding sounds like so much fun. I love taking four wheelers mudding, but it's the afterwards cleanup that I'm not the biggest fan of. I got all kinds of excited. I thought we were going to get a fish. But I guess a fish just swam into the line. Yeah, I mean, oh, I did just have another hit. Uh, that we used to take our four wheelers up to the car wash. And then after we were done washing the four wheelers, we'd spend another $10 just trying to clean up the mud because we weren't going to just leave it. Now, I've heard about that Red River mud. Oh, trust me, I know. Oh, come on, fish. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. Yeah, clay is terrible. Try to pressure wash it. You just punch a hole through one spot. Doesn't like to go anywhere. Wow. Well, down to 6. This point now, I'm determined to catch a fish. There has got to be at least one hungry fish within 100 yards of my baits. There has to be. They're being stubborn, being butt heads. Keep this up, it's going to be like all male stubborn. Oh, I got a couple more hours and the boar's nest will be kicking off. I probably will not be staying out here that long, but loafering. I can hear that wind. Really sounds like it's starting to pick up. They're selectively headstrong. That is a new one. That is most definitely a new one. All right, Travis, thanks for coming in and hanging out, man. Apparently, Becca, because I can most definitely hear that wind, but I'm just not seeing it on the water. I can hear it blowing through the trees. This is crazy. And that's a real thing. I believe you. Possum said, well, then. How's that old saying go? Uh, Wind out of the east, fish bite the least. I'm really starting to believe that's a true statement. You two are a riot. This is true. The fish don't know those sayings. And I don't even know where those sayings originated. It'd be kind of cool to know. That is correct. And the fish will eat when they're ready to eat. You ain't gonna force them to eat. And you're right, Possum. There's not a whole lot better than just sitting out here on the bank. Maybe sitting on the boat. But I don't know. Did I miss Becca singing? When did Becca sing? Oh, you're perfectly fine, Possum. I don't think you're a mess. What is a mess are these fish. Starting to drive me crazy. That's right. Most definitely. Ain't no point in trying to be something you're not. Just be yourself. That's what everybody wants to see. They don't want to see somebody being fake. At least I don't, anyway. All right, Scott. Thanks for hanging out, man. Yeah, we talk about getting back up there. I'm going to give these fish like 8 more minutes. Because I just got chilled. I don't mind being chilly if I'm catching fish, but not catching fish, I don't like that. Put these fish on their countdown timer. All right, we're going to give them a couple more minutes. All right, we're going to give them a few more minutes. Mullet Man's still in here hanging out. First really good bite we've had. And I messed it up. It's funny how even a little bite can warm you up really, really fast. Well, let's see. It's been almost 3 hours. That was the dip bait, and they're already back at it. I could have swore I just saw that pole bounce a little bit. Pork steak. Pork steak sounds good. I had spaghetti. That was the one thing we didn't have was garlic bread. But I make a pretty mean spaghetti. Mullet man, you didn't miss any fish. I just completely whiffed on one. I had a bite just a couple minutes ago. Frog leg sounds so good. Oh, frog leg sounds so good. I don't know where I'd have to go this time of year to get some frog legs. You could pretty much put bacon around anything and make it phenomenal. Now Becca got me thinking about frog legs Man, frog legs sound so good. Possum got me thinking about pork steak. Maybe I'm just getting hungry because all the foods are sounding good. Becca cooking in the possum pub. Some pub cooking sounds good too. Well, there's quite a bit of activity out here in the water. I don't know what they are. I'm just glancing around this bank, what I can see, and it is so terrible that people can't just take their trash with them. I really don't get how hard it is to take it with you. But they'll be the first ones to complain uh, when they start closing fishing spots because people couldn't pick up their trash. It just don't make no sense. I mean, you carried it all down here. How hard is it to throw it in your bucket or put it in your bag or something? And the really sad part is here on this bridge where I'm fishing, people come and put black bags out. So all you got to do is walk maybe 15 feet and you'll find a black bag and just put your garbage in it. I don't see what's so complicated about that. It's really kind of annoying. No, they're not. They're not real fishermen. I mean, I was brought up to leave a place looking better than it looked when you showed up. And what's bad is you can't blame it on like the younger generation because I've seen old timers do it and middle aged people do it. It's just like, wow, just clean up your garbage. All right, that's enough ranting about garbage from me. It's just kind of sickening. What a terrible night for fishing. All right, Possum. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'm getting ready to wrap this up anyway. I might give them a couple more minutes, but it don't seem like they're gonna start jumping off. I appreciate you hanging out, Possum. Not one fish caught on the live. That's bad. So bad. Well, there we go. Just had another bite. Yeah, we'll get them next time. Seems like every time I talk about starting to pack up, I get one that teases me. Really surprised I didn't even get a hit on Chad. Not a one. Put them on the clock. They are messing with my head. Talked about getting chilled earlier. And that one was rocking it. I was getting ready to start talking about packing up, and it bumped it. Oh, 1:20 in the morning. Still got 5 people hanging out with me. Doing the exact same thing I am, staring at some poles. Oh, Miss Becca's still here hanging out. Gonna give him a couple more minutes. In fact, I'm gonna start cleaning things up, and the poles will be the last thing I bring in. Well, that took a lot less time than I thought it was going to. I guess I had everything pretty well picked up. which I try not to get everything spread out when I'm fishing at night. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, kitty. Come on, one kitty. Oh, we're back up to 6 people in here. This has been a very slow, slow night. Martin, what's going on, buddy? Been a slow night for fishing, but it's been a fun night hanging out with everyone. I know. I've enjoyed myself. Haven't been no fish caught, but I've still had a good time. Well, I guess the fish are going to let me down tonight or this morning, however you want to look at it. night, in the morning. I would have no problem staying if there was a little more excitement. There's no excitement. An occasional bite here and there. But I can't thank y'all enough for coming in and hanging out with me. My little toes are starting to get cold. So I think I'm going to finish packing things up and I'm going to get on down the road. I appreciate all y'all hanging out with me. I can't say that enough. And when we do some more live streams, more videos, plenty more to come. Hopefully, a lot more action. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe. And we will catch you on the next one. Keep those lines tight, y'all. See y'all later.